some of the things that we are trying to do with them don't easily square up with the normal consciousness of a child's life. So, for example, to get them to sit down and reflect is not something that children will do easily. Children live in the moment, and when one moment is over, they want to be on to the next thing. And I think that's a sort of life skill that we can cultivate at a very young age, and gradually as they get older. And I think you have to think of Jesuit education as a journey through the whole school. They learn to reflect, and they learn the power of reflection, and they learn, to use a Jesuit word, how to discern.
At Mount St Mary's College in Derbyshire and its prep school Bulborough Hall, here too time is set aside for prayer and reflection, and today the senior pupils are on retreat.
It's a day of almost rest, but also a day of reflection. So you learn all about helping people, God. You say some prayers, you play some games to bring the year closer. So basically, after a full year of hard work and exams, and you all go apart a bit, then retreat just brings everyone back together.
Do you think it's worthwhile?
Yeah, definitely. Very important part of the Mount. We have one every year, and they're essential to just get the spirit back up in the year. And yeah, that is Mount Spirit.
The ethos of the school being Jesuit, the spirit of the school being Ignatian, is all the more palpable for them now with fewer Jesuits around, because we have made much more of a conscious effort to be faithful to the principles that Ignatius and the Jesuits would have started off with. And that's about the development of the whole person, the cura personalis in terms of pastoral care within a school, the excellence that we want the gifts and talents of our children to achieve, not for their own sake, but to put to the service of other people.
Here, I've really learnt more about myself as a person and about other people, because I've learned that God's always there for me and He's always looking over me. Like yesterday, we had a retreat and these people came in and they were saying, like, where is God in your life? And for me, it's at school.
It's things like the retreats we're operating, it's things like the work with the disadvantaged, disabled, it's things like the preachers we get in and speakers, it's the support we give just to individuals, the pastoral care. You can say that the children must, by the time they've gone through their schooling here, know that they're part of this bigger family, which you hope they will recognise beyond their time here.
Nottingham Crown Court has recently been the scene of some challenging criminal trials. Sarah Knight is a barrister specialising in these particularly tough cases. She's been at the bar for some 17 years and was interested in law since her school days at Stonyhurst College in Lancashire.
I've noticed over the years a lot of the cases I tend to get tend to be if I prosecute with children or with vulnerable people. And equally, if I defend, I'm often instructed to look after folk who've not been in the system before. And I think that's partially because the approach I have is to go through in detail and with care every step. And I think that is part and parcel of what I remind myself each time, is being compassionate, trying my best to do something for someone else. Fundamental support that Stonyhurst brings to each of us who've been through it. It is something that isn't just a schooling, it's something that is part and parcel of how we apply ourselves in the world today. And I'm not just saying that because those are the words that I think people might expect me to use. For me, the values I gained there have provided me with the tenacity, with the drive, with the fervour to do what I do.
Now, Adrian, I know that this was something that you wanted to take me through. What is this then, this book?
Well, this is the original Jesuit plan of studies for its schools. Ignatius's own experience of education was very piecemeal and chaotic. And so when Jesuit schools were begun, he insisted that we thought through how you run a good school. And a committee of 6 Jesuits from different countries, different schools was set up, and they met over a very long period of time, and they came up with this plan of studies, and this was finally published in 1599, and it really sets out how you organize a school so that people learn well and that people learn how to live well.
And how relevant are the facts within this today? You know, is it old-fashioned or is it relevant?
Many of the things in here are still as relevant today as they were when they were written. We have an updated version of this that we use in the schools today. But this, I suppose, captures that spirit of Jesuit education, captures that idea that you organize schools in such a way that people can be looked after, can learn, can thrive, and then can go from school and do something worthwhile in the world.
My time at Stonyhurst wasn't just academic. At Stonyhurst, I was involved with drama. I was involved in the Highline Handicapped Children's Trust, the Debating Society, helping charity fundraising, doing my first half marathon. All sorts of things I'd never done before. And when you put those into the melting pot of me, they have made me the person that I am today.